Falling in love is a brain function. I love you from the bottom of my heart. We all have said it or heard it. It's one of the oldest ways we express love, and most of us never stop to question it. We imagine that love lives deep in our heart. But here's the surprising truth. Your heart is made up of muscles and is not capable of experiencing any emotions. Love does not begin in your heart. Love begins in your brain. Feeling of love emerges from interaction of several brain areas that mediate emotions, motivation, reward, and social bonding. When you fall in love with someone, these brain areas glow with activity. They, in return, stimulate other brain areas that are important for regulation of hormones in the blood, such as adrenaline. The adrenaline rush in your blood that makes your heart beat faster. This is why when you see someone you love, your heart beats faster. The message begins in your brain and ends up in your heart. You can feel the glowing of activity in your brain, but you can feel the pounding of your heart in your chest. And thus, you believe it is your heart that sparks with love. But in fact, it is your brain that's sparking with love. I'm a neurologist with more than 40 years of experience in the field of neuroscience, mostly at Johns Hopkins and Harvard Medical School. And one thing that never stops amazing me is this. Every emotion we experience, fear, joy, excitement, pride, and sadness, is created by the brain. Different emotions involve different groups of brain regions working together as a network. Love is no exception. In fact, love gives us a beautiful window into how the human brain works when it comes to bonding and forming lasting relationships. See, feeling of love engages a dopamine reward and motivation system. It is the activity of dopamine pathways in the brain that leads to pleasure, joy, excitement, and motivation that makes you want to keep seeing the person you love over and over again. The research that discovered this phenomenon is fascinating. Dr. Helen Fisher and her colleagues studied people who were intensely and madly in love. While these volunteers were inside a brain MRI scanner, the researchers showed them photographs of the person they loved. Then something remarkable happened. The dopamine-rich areas deep inside their brain, including an area called ventral tegmental area, or VTA, became intensely more active. The surge of dopamine in your brain appears to be what gives you that intense pleasure sensation when you are with someone you love. And this motivates you to want to be near them at all times. Animal studies help us understand the biology of love and lasting relationships. Prairie wolves are small monogamous rodents that can form long-lasting pair bonds. Researchers have found that dopamine activity in their brain's dopamine system surges when these animals have to climb the fence to reach out to their partner. In other words, it appears that even seeking the person you love can give you the joy you experience when you're with them. The dopamine pathways in the brain, along with a hormone called oxytocin, help people who love each other bond and stay together. As we research the biology of love, we have discovered something profound. Our brains have evolved to connect with other human beings. Love and connections are part of what makes us human. And this is where I want to expand the meaning of love. When we hear the word love, we often think about romantic love. But the human brain does not leave something as important as love just for romance. There is also love between parents and children. A few years ago, I saw something in the news that I will never forget. After the tsunami in Japan, photographs surfaced of mothers who had been found still holding their children until they died, having used the last moments of their lives shielding them from the water. These women, in the most extreme situations imaginable, sacrificed their own life for their children. Their love for their children outlived their instinct to save themselves. I remember looking at those images and thinking, I would do that too, as I'm sure almost every parent would. That's the power of love in the brain. These relationships may look different, but they all involve the dopamine and oxytocin network in the brain that helps us connect, care, trust, and protect one another. And there's another side to love. When an important relationship is lost, the pain can be very real. Research on social rejection and loss has shown that social pain can engage some of the same brain regions involved in physical pain. So if you have ever experienced a heartbreak and thought, why does this hurt so much? There's a neurological reason for it. Some of the same brain areas that light up with physical pain also light up with emotional pain of losing someone you love. Your brain takes social connection seriously because from an evolutionary point of view, belonging to a group was essential for survival. And this brings me to something that I believe is even more important than romantic love. Human connection is an important part of brain health. One of the longest running studies of human life is the Harvard study of adult development. It has followed people for more than 8 decades, and one of its most important lessons is remarkably simple. Quality of our relationships matters enormously for our health and our happiness. People who have stronger, more supportive relationships tend to be healthier and live longer. This is not just one study. Large studies and meta-analysis involving hundreds of thousands of people have found associations between loneliness and a higher risk of dementia, and between social isolation and a higher risk of premature death. That does not mean loneliness automatically causes dementia or that a loving relationship guarantees a longer life. But the message from decades of research is remarkably consistent. We are social creatures. Our brains and our bodies do better when we have meaningful connections and relationships. So as AI becomes more present in our lives, I think we have a responsibility. Do not let technology replace the relationships that makes us human. Take the connections you already have. Call your parents. Check on your friends. Make time for the people who matter to you, and be willing to let new people into your life. Every time you reach out to someone, listen deeply, share a laugh, offer comfort, or allow someone to help you, you're participating in the life of another human being. You're also giving your own brain an experience it was designed to have: connection, belonging, love. So now I have a challenge for you. Think of 3 people who matter to you. Not 3 people you follow on social media. Not 3 people you text with emojis. 3 people who truly matter to you. And sometime this week, reach out to them, call them, meet them. Tell them you love them from the bottom of your heart. Even though you know your love from them actually resides in your brain, not your heart. Also know that having this connection you have with them will contribute to your brain vitality and longevity in the future. If you like this video, please share and subscribe. Also, please don't forget to leave your comments below. I love to read them. Thank you. If you have any questions or if you want to leave me some comments, please write them below. Also, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.